What is up, guys? It's your boy BTN, Break the News, and we're back with a video. And I am your decoder of information, as you all know. And lately, I've been getting a lot of good support from this channel, and I'm very appreciative of y'all information, y'all communication, and y'all interaction with my channel. I've been getting a lot of good feedback from that video about word spells. I'm gonna do another video on word spells, but this video is actually talking about the love frequency. We're going to be including a lot of deep mathematic terms, spiritual terms, psychological terms. So let's get into it. So love, right? Love is we all call it unconditional, because when you're in love with somebody, you show unconditional love. You do things, outside of your own individual preference, your own individual terms, because you are binding with another soul, another spirit. You know what I'm saying? So we want to talk about the love frequency and how everybody needs to understand, in order to take over the world, in order to influence the world and to get the world back in its natural state of mind and get it back on its natural course, it needs to be in a 528 hertz frequency, because that is a godly frequency, that's the universal frequency. Let's get into it. So now, I'm pretty sure everybody has saw the movie Neo. Now Neo, everything in the Matrix is all about astrology, spirituality, psychology, awareness. All those things go hand in hand. Even mathematics. I'm not even a mathematical person, but it go hand in hand. So, in the movie Matrix, you have Neo, Morpheus, Trinity, the Architects, the Agent Smiths. You have Zion. All these different names and locations and geographical, everything, right? I want to hit on Neo. Now, Neo is a very important character, because Neo represents the neo mammalia brain. The neo mammalia brain is your conscious aware self, your conscious aware mind, your consciousness. That's what Neo represents, your consciousness. Trinity represents your mind, soul, and body, which is mind, soul, and body. All right, why is this important? It is important because in the movie Matrix, the end was about love. It was about the total teaching of the love frequency. Why was it about love frequency? Because all Neos that came before Neo, they were not about love frequency. They never loved anybody. They never had any love for anybody. They had an agenda, right? Everybody that's watching this video, we all have our own personal agenda, which is our own thoughts, our own way of thinking, our own perspectives, our own way of life, our own life, our own awareness. We all have that. Everybody in the world is a 1-0. We are in a 1-0 code. You have the 1 representing individuality, independence, self-sufficiency, self-preservation, all for self, do for self. That's good. Then you have the 0, which represents the womb. You're born through a 0. The 0 is the first number before 1. So 0, don't let the school confuse it about 0 is not 1. 0 is not a number. It's not a number. 0 is a number. 0 is the origin. It's the first number that births all numbers. It gives birth to all the numbers. So you have 1, which is an individual that's on his own, doing his own thing, independent, don't need nobody, independent. Now, that's your Neo. Neo actually means 1. Neo, spell it N-E-O. Reverse that, it says O-N-E, which is 1. So now you have 1. Everybody is a 1, but everybody don't believe they're 1. Everybody believe they're a collective. Everybody believe we all are groups. We all got races, and we all got different religions, and yada yada yada. That's all an ego-made concept. Now, everybody is an individual. Whether you believe it or not, whether you have popularity groups, whether you have this, whether you have that, everybody's an individual. Why is that important? Because the individual is who you are, your identity. Your subconscious creates or has a part of your individuality. It plays a part in your behavior. Your conscious mind, which is your neo mammalia, that's your awareness, what you are aware of. You have a thing called preconscious, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Preconscious, when you understand things, when your preconscious is trying to understand things before it hits the conscious. So it's kind of like downloading information and start reading the information before it gets to the conscious mind. Now you have the conscious mind, which is the aware mind that's aware of all things in the present moment. Then you have the subconscious mind, which is a download of all information. It's not really, the subconscious mind is not really conscious, but it is conscious in its own way because it records all information that you get, what you watch, how you feel, your emotional thoughts, your emotions in general, how you feel about yourself. Those are all a part of your subconscious mind, your childhood dreams, your childhood memories, your life. It's all a part of your subconscious. Your unconscious mind is what you call your depression or your sadness or your regrets. Things like that you really don't bring to your awareness, your light, your top view. That's what you call your unconscious mind. Now, let's get into it. The love frequency. In the movie Matrix, Neo, he battles the system, waking up in this computerized program Matrix. He battles the system, trying to find himself, trying to find his light, trying to find his concepts. He's basically becoming an individual. So first, you have Neo living in a society where everybody's the same. Basically, everybody's just the same. You got 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. A binary coding. Everybody think they're the same, so they just keep on being the same little sheep all together. Then Morpheus, which is the subconscious, comes around. He says stuff like, he gives Neo the pill. He says red or blue. You either gonna get the red pill, which represents awareness and waking up and seeing the bullshit in the simulation, or you're gonna get the blue pill, which is staying asleep, being ignorant, and not becoming aware of what's going on in his reality. Neo picks the red pill. Just the moment Neo picks the red pill, he's starting to see glimpses and memories and stuff of the life that he lived and how the world really is and what it's really all about. Now he just woke up. He just became aware. Now he's in his neo-mammalia mind. This is what you call the neo-mammalia brain. When the brain becomes aware, consciously aware of what's going on, right? So Neo becomes consciously aware of what's going on presently at the moment. So now he's aware. He sees what's going on. He recognizes the police officers aren't this. He recognizes the system is full of shit, Everything is just full of shit, you know? And then once he recognizes all of this is full of shit, he's starting to pull in his content. He's starting to come to the realization that he needs to start combating the system and trying to break out and trying to break away from the program. So what he do is he breaks away from the program and he end up figuring out a way to get a little movement. So he got Trinity. Now Trinity comes along and Morpheus comes along and other people come along to help him build his little empire, right? His little movement. So now, why is this important? Because now Neo's aware of his existence. Now Neo is you. All of y'all are Neos. Y'all are one. Y'all the one. Y'all the one. We all are the one. We are the individuals. We individuals. So now you're the individual that's aware of what's going on, and you're picking up all this knowledge, this consciousness, this awareness, what's really going on, right? So now you pick up this awareness. Now Trinity comes along. Now remember, all other Neos did not have Trinity. They didn't have the mind, soul, and body. Now let me explain who Trinity is. Trinity is the chick in the Matrix that was Neo's girlfriend. And Neo fell in love with Trinity because, they were partners. Partners in crime or whatever. Now, let's break it down on a spiritual level. Neo is your consciousness, the neo-mammalia brain. Trinity is the mind, soul, and body. What does this mean? It means your consciousness fell in love with your mind, soul, and body. Or you would say, Trinity actually represents three things. It can be mind, soul, and body. It can be creativity, expression, passion. It can be a divine energy. Trinity, the number 3 is a divine number. A divine number. So you have number 1 represents individuality. You have number 3 that represents creativity, expression, love. It's a divine number. 3 is a divine number. So now you have mind, soul, and body, consciousness, Neo, consciousness, mind, soul, and body. Then you have a divine energy. So they fall in love, right? You have the individual one, which is Neo, fall in love with Trinity, which is the chick in the Matrix. She is mind, soul, and body. So they fall in love. Your mind, your consciousness fell in love with your mind, soul, and body. And now you're good. You're in love with yourself. You're working. You're getting everything together, right? You're doing everything you're supposed to do. Now, all Neos. Now Neo gets to this level where he's real successful. He got a little following. You know, he taking over. The Agent Smiths trying to attack him. All the Agent Smiths, all the government officials, all the Agent Smiths trying to stop him from reaching Zion. Now Zion is the free world. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to stop Neo from reaching Zion and trying to raise awareness to the sleep matrix. Everybody in the matrix, they sleep. They sleep. They plugged in. They don't want to be unplugged. They ain't ready for the business. So Neo, he ready to unplug everybody, right? Okay. So now Neo, he's finna get this matrix all together and break it down or whatever. In the end, you see in the scene, the man, the architect was talking to Neo, and he was like, you have a choice to make. Basically, are you going to save Zion or destroy the matrix or help recreate the matrix or save your people, which is Zion, salvation, and help your nation? And Neo, he had a love for Trinity. Now, taking consideration, all the other Neos that came before this Neo, they never had a love for nothing. They didn't have no love for nothing. All they had was a one personal agenda. Their one personal independence. They were themselves. They were individuals. They had their own goals. They focused on doing things their way. They wanted salvation their way. They wanted salvation their way. Now, this Neo was different. He had love. If you have love for something, you're not just thinking about the one individual, which is you. You're thinking about the individual that's beside you, which is your partner. You're thinking about that next individual. So what does this represent? It represents your consciousness having love and compassion for other mind, soul, and bodies, or for your mind, soul, and body, or for your God frequency, your God consciousness. Yeah, it's telling you you have a love, a compassion for something besides yourself. You know what I mean? So Neo opens the door. He didn't open the door. He didn't open the door like all the other Neos did. All the other Neos decided to save Zion. He didn't save Zion. He didn't hate Zion, but he had too much love for Trinity. So he chose the other door. He went to the love frequency. And what happened was that destroyed the matrix. It didn't destroy it, but it made it like it didn't destroy it, but the matrix was still kind of like the same. But something happened that was confusing to them. Was that the architect was confused. The architect was like, why did this Neo decide to go fall in love, choose love over the power and the individuality of salvation for his people? Now let me break this down. I'm gonna tell you why the Matrix makes a lot of sense and what they were telling you in the end. Neo saved Trinity, and it wasn't for a selfish reason. Right? It wasn't for a selfish reason, it was for a bigger purpose. Let me break this down. All the ones, Neo is the one, right? The one represents individuality, personal, identity, me, my perspective. If I save the world, and I'm talking about my perspective, so let's not say the world right now. I'm going to say the world from how I feel. I'm going to say the world from how I see myself saving the world. I'm going to say the world because I personally believe this is my ideology, and I want to say the world, and I want to make people believe in my concept because I saved the world, and this is my world. I saved it. It's me. I'm bringing salvation to these people. You see how I'm talking? I'm talking in an individual perspective. Trinity is the mind, soul, and body. Trinity is creativity, expression. It represents divine energy, which is God energy. God is a collective conscious. It's not one individual calling the shots. It's not one person making all of the shots. It's called Trinity. Three. It's three. It's unity. It's about unity. It's about community. It's about coming together all as a collective conscious to make a shift. It's not about one individual. That's what the Matrix was telling people. All Neos before this Neo, they decided to save the world based off their own concept, their own individuality, what they want to do, how they want to change it. I want to change it my way. I want to save the world my way. I want to do it my way. Number one, remember? Now listen, that's cool, but not everybody see the perspective your way, which means every other Neo got it wrong. They failed. Why they failed? Because they were operating in their agenda, their own perspective, their own ego. They wasn't dealing with the universal frequency. They was dealing with their own frequency, their own personal desires, right? And that's how that's how nations fall all the time, because it's all about personal desires instead of universal desire. So now, all Neos failed because they had a personal agenda. This Neo had a universal connection, which means the love frequency right now is 528 hertz. That's the love frequency, right? So you have the love frequency is 528 hertz. Now let's break that down. 5 plus 2, 528. So that's, think about it. 528 all equals up to 6. When you break down the math, you add it up, it all equals to 6. 6 represents the perfect number. It's the perfect number for love, a love energy. It's a harmonious number. It's perfect. It's harmony. Her love is not left or right. It's not wrong or right. It's love. It's harmonious. It's equal. It's harmonious. It flows perfectly. All Neos, they had this left-right thought pattern where it's like, I'm on this side. I'm on that side. It's my way. It's his way. It's her way. This Neo understood it was about the love frequency, right? The love frequency. So by this Neo understanding that, then that makes him more credible. Now let me break it down. 528. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15, add 1 to 5, that's 6. Now, Neo represents the 6th energy of the love frequency. The love frequency is a harmonious frequency. Like I said, it's the highest frequency to reach. So Neo actually was successful. He did something that other people didn't do. He was the one to actually activate the love frequency. He changed the matrix forever because he knew about the love frequency. No other Neo knew about the love frequency. They thought about individual. I did this. I am the one. I am the one. That's what they thought about. This Neo thought about Trinity. Now I'm gonna show you what Trinity actually means, right? I'm gonna pull it up on my screen. You're gonna see it all over there. I think I already showed y'all the Trinity, but y'all get the gist of it. Neo represents the one individual, the one independent individual. It's good to be an individual. Trinity represents everybody else, mind, soul, and body. Life, birth, and death. Unity, community, togetherness, collective. She represents collective, a creator's energy, right? So you have 1 and 3. How do you get 6 out of those numbers? You add them up. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So by that being those numbers, even them falling in love represents the 6th frequency, which means that tells you everything you need to know. When Neo fell in love with Trinity, it completely changed the individuality thing, because everybody's their own people. You're your own person. I'm my own person. But at the end of the day, the universal connection will be love. I can have my own personal connection at the end of the day, but the universal connection will always be love. And with that being said, guys, I'm glad y'all watched this video. It was a long video, and stuff like that, but I'm glad y'all watched it. And I'm finna be out, and peace. Love you guys.